from Mini Melanie Bakery in Brooklyn, and Pesach is coming up, so we have another one of our family recipes to share with you today.
Flourless chocolate cake with chocolate ganache. Couldn't get more classic for Pesach, and this is also great year-round. It's gluten-free, of course, so you can enjoy it any time of year. It's a rich, rich chocolate cake with a smooth ganache on top. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
So chocolate chips right into the bowl, and then our margarine here, and what we'll do is just melt this, stirring it over a double boiler that I have set up. Just have some water over here, make sure not to hurt yourself, bring your towel over. We are going to just get this melted. We don't want it too hot, just until everything's nice and smooth and melted. You could still have a little bit of the margarine that's whole in there, and we'll take it off the heat and keep on stirring it till it's nice and smooth. All right, let's bring it over.
It's looking really good.
Yeah, and you can just have the chocolate chips continue to melt off of the heat until everything's nice and smooth. Again, we don't want to overheat the chocolate. And also because we'll be adding the eggs in next. I love this recipe because we can just add everything right into the bowl. It's so convenient.
And I love it because it has chocolate chips and cocoa, so it's very chocolatey.
Yeah, nice and rich. This is really nice dark cocoa powder that we have here. It's gonna be so nice and chocolatey. So let's add the eggs in one at a time. Perfect. We'll start whisking in the eggs, just one at a time. And all of the eggs in here will give nice volume, and you won't even miss the flour. It's gonna have a great fudgy texture. And then the sugar too, please. And our vanilla, and then we'll finish with the cocoa. I just like finishing with the cocoa so that it's nice and thick. Couldn't forget our salt. All right, let's add the cocoa in. Perfect. Just start slowly mixing it in. And we have our pan here ready. This is a springform pan, which is really nice to use, so you could just unlock it and pop the cake right out. And there's a liner underneath as well, and I like to bake it on the tray. It just makes it a little bit easier to take in and out of the oven while you're checking on your cake. Looking good. So
and
nice.
Smells good.
Yeah, it's so nice and rich, and the batter's really, really thick from all of that cocoa that we just added. You gotta get it all in there. Mixed up.
Does this also cook on the middle shelf?
We can cook it in the middle. Yeah, that's a great spot for this cake to rise in the oven. I always like to switch over to the spatula so you can scrape all that cocoa off the sides there. Thank you so much. All right. Looking good.
Get it all in there.
Yeah, scrape off every last bit. So we're going to put this cake into the oven for around 20 minutes. You don't want it to be cracking too much, but just set in the middle. And then we'll take it out to cool while we make the ganache. So over to the oven. Our cake is out of the oven, it's cooled down a bit, and it's ready to unmold from the pan, and we're also going to make the ganache at the same time. Let's take a look at what we have here. Also have our serving tray, and right over here, Diana will get the chocolate chips and the cream of coconut into the bowl together over the double boiler. Perfect. Flip it right over onto our pan. Get that going, the ganache and the cake. Let's see how it turned out. Take the parchment right off there. The chocolate is nice and smooth and melted down. Let's take it off the heat. Keep stirring it a little bit to cool it down. It's nice and shiny, just what we want.
Let's put the finishing touches on to wow everyone at your Pesach table.
Yeah, it's looking really good. All right, it's cooled down a bit. I'm gonna pour some right in the middle. Might be a little bit left over for dipping some fruit in, and then you could just spread it nice and evenly over the top of the cake. Nice amount of ganache to chocolate, and what we'll do next is just let it set in the fridge for a bit, 5 minutes or so, and then it'll be ready to slice.
Your flourless chocolate cake with chocolate ganache is now ready to serve.
Hopefully you enjoy this recipe just as much as we do. It's fun and easy to mix up and so rich and chocolatey.
Thanks for baking with us today.